Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
By the way, Janta, don't forget to check out Keeping It Queer with Naveen. Naveen's my producer and he has his own show called Keeping It Queer. It's all about the LGBT experience. I, of course, have trouble with anything which doesn't have a vowel in it, but I'll try and say it. Legitimate. The LGBT experience, inspirational and funny. Check out new episodes on our IVM podcast apps. Happy listening, mother and fathers. Alright, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
People name their kids after many things, but sometimes a rickshaw I think is a bit too much. A tuk-tuk as we say. Here's a man called Kautuk. Well, partly rickshaw. We'll find out his story in a minute. It's Cyrus Says.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Okay, I've got some information that I've just, it's been put out by people from Warsaw. I know nobody from Warsaw, so it's come from somebody else. But Warsaw Beach will become Miami. Apparently, that's what the authorities want to do. So we can have our own Michael Phelps, dolphins, drug addicts, and a good old community, which I thought was Pune, but it will become Warsaw, which is closer to us. But here's my point. Long ago, we had this idea, I won't mention by whom, to make Mumbai into Beijing. That hasn't happened and will never happen. Actually, it could happen. If you think about it, there's only one way it can happen. And that's if the Chinese actually cross and... it's called Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus says.
It's amazing we live in a time and in a democracy where the cow is a holy animal, of course, but also a dangerous word. And so I'm a little worried to introduce our next guest, whose name is Kautuk, or Tuk Cow, depending on which part of the border you were born on. Let's meet him, Kautuk Srivastava.
Yes.
Nothing
Kautuk
can destroy North Indian names and dialects better than a Parsi trying to say their names. So let me say, first and foremost, how many mistakes have I made in Kautuk?
Oh, just about
7?
12. Yeah.
Damn it, I thought 7 would be enough. Yeah. Okay, let's begin with the name, sir, before I introduce you as... I hate saying things like upcoming comedian. It always means like I'm trying to feel superior, so I won't say that. I'll say comedian. You can say uncle. And that way we establish the rapport. So, what is Kautuk? Or is it one word?
No, the weird thing is it's the pronunciation that I go with, and I don't know for sure, okay? So the pronunciation I go with is Kautuk. Kautuk, okay?
My God, it's totally different.
Very different.
I have to start the show again?
No,
this makes no sense.
No,
You're a new guy altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Kautuk.
No, not at all. So I'll tell you what. So this name, right? It's a very weird one because it's got too many meanings in too many languages. Okay, so the one that it's actually taken from, my grandmother found it in the Ramayana, okay, of all the places.
Right.
And she's like, okay, this sounds like a great word, we'll use this. Okay.
She was a Congress party supporter though. I'm just asking.
She was. Because,
she was.
There
was no other party.
There was no other party.
Back then.
By default,
It was a British... She had her doubts but went with Congress.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sorry, I interrupt.
No, so the other meanings, and I found them out later.
No, what's in the Ramayana? What's the position? What's the character?
No, it's just a word that's there in the text. It means curious and playful and inquisitive and stuff like that.
Lovely, like a puppy.
So
she saw her grandchild and said, "Puppy, to kutta hai, kutta."
I'm pretty sure, right? Not a very flattering look, early on.
Kutuk. That could be the name from kutta. So puppy, I like that. Frolicking and that kind of thing. That's what it means.
Right.
Next meaning?
Now, the next meaning is, I found out later, in Maharashtrian.
You're a North Indian who's crossed into Mumbai. You have to change the meaning. Come on.
And Cyrus, I have it really bad, okay? Because I'm half UP, half Bihar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So when they sing that famous song, what is that UP Bihar se aaye hai? What is that Shilpa Shetty song?
Yeah. I hai UP Bihar Lutne.
Correct.
No, I got that a lot.
Sorry, that's a terrible title.
When Sanjay Dutt's Vastav released, holy shit, my life was just ruined.
Yeah.
So I, half UP, half Bihar, I get told to go back twice. It's crazy.
Half Bihar is Jharkhand, by the way, just geographically speaking. And you are from Jharkhand.
It's almost like you're a fortune teller, Cyrus. It's almost like you're a fortune teller because my mother...
Ranchi, is it?
Born in Ranchi, wakes up one day and she's like, shit, I'm in Jharkhand now.
So what about my mother-in-law? They split Andhra Pradesh into 7 things. She doesn't know which state she lives in. Or Hyderabad, but we're not sure where. Postal address, we'll get back to you.
Depends on where the biryani is better, right?
Lovely thing of growing up in modern India is that states change all the time. Anyway,
all the time.
So what is the meaning?
Now, in Maharashtrian, it means...
in Marathi.
Sorry.
In Maharashtra,
Wow,
you sound
I
like
should
a
go back.
European. You
This
sound
is
like a
just
European. I
terrible.
like it. It's funnier. And in Maharashtrian we say this, and in Karnatakian we say that.
No, so in Marathi it means praise. All right.
And is it pronounced the same?
Kautuk. It's
Kautuk.
Kautuk.
Yeah,
So there's a little bit of
more drawl. Kautuk,
Kautuk, yeah.
Kaurau, Saurau.
So now these are the nice ones. All right.
Okay.
Now
Let's get to the better ones.
The best one. Now in Bengali, my name
Boy.
means joke.
There you go. The Biharis and the Bengalis could never get along, right? It's clear. You say that, I call it joke.
And the problem is I was born in Bengal. I was born in Calcutta.
Man, what a terrible story.
Probably the longest running joke ever. Just 26 years.
But what an irony in a sense. Is it an irony or is it almost like good nomenclature? Because you're in a way a joker, which is a terrible term. But you're a comedian.
If you ask my grandmother,
that's what they used to say. I was discussing this with someone. Growing up in the 80s, a joker was the guy who does the comic track, the Johnny Lever-like character.
Correct.
Right? And you were looked down upon because he's just the joker. Side mein aa gaya, do joke aur gaya.
Correct.
Now we do 3 jokes and we stay in the background. But still joker.
Inflation.
So joker. So which one do you go? Any more?
No, this is it.
And which one do you go with?
I just go with whatever anyone wants.
You don't care.
Like, yeah,
but most people will be taken aback because it's not a name. It's not like well, I have 2 Srivastava friends. One is Rakesh, one is Harsh. You can't be as far away from normal names as them. Rakesh and Harsh is like everybody has a Rakesh and Harsh.
Correct.
And you're a Kautuk.
No, but
or a Kautuk or a Kautuk.
Exactly. I'm just glad when people
and let me tell you, when the Chinese do take over, it will be a name, but with a hyphen. Kautuk.
Yeah.
Teach me Kung Fu.
No, I'm just glad if they get my name right, to be honest. Like, because I get, like, I'll say my name and I think it's a speech impediment or what, but I'll say, so they'll ask
But it's
me,
a good cocktail party starter, isn't it? Because when we meet a girl, you're not a regular Harsh or, Rakesh or Rajesh. No, you're Kautuk.
No, but I spend the whole party just getting,
they talk
my
to
name
you.
right.
Remember when your name is Raju, nobody talks to you. It's too easy. Where do you go from there? If you have no personality and your name is Rakesh, who cares?
It's hard.
Rakesh, we all know Rakesh.
It's an upward struggle.
Yeah,
That's true.
but look at already we've spent half an hour on your name.
Just this.
We haven't discussed your career. We don't have time for it. I'm so sorry. This is all we have. But no, coming back, before we get into your career and all that, I just want to ask you one last question. You were St. Mary's.
Yes.
Which I just want to warn you.
Yes.
2 comedians that I know that have come from there who are arguably the worst I've ever met. Baman Irani and Kunal Vijayakar. I'm just telling you.
Oh my.
But much above you in age. Probably know your
not my batch.
grandmom.
Not my batch.
Who
For
read
sure.
the Ramayan. Yeah. that grouping. Yeah. So you're a hardcore South Mumbai boy. So that means we have to give you extra love. Because I'm a bit of a geographist.
Oh,
Just
absolutely,
like a racist,
absolutely. In fact, regret to inform you, but mostly South Bombay, except for 4 very miserable years in Thane.
Yeah, but Thane is another experience. As long as you're not Andheri. Thane is almost like another city, so I let it go. And now there's ways to get from Thane to South Mumbai which are far better than when I was a young man. Because I had a girlfriend who was in Thane. And let me tell
Holy
you.
moly.
Yeah, there was no email, nothing. So
Oh my God. So you met like once a year?
No, we just pretended we knew each other. There's no point taking that further. Yeah, so St. Mary's, ICSE, and then Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania High School. Why?
I put it in just so I could hear you pronounce it.
Yeah. But why would you go from Mary's to another school? Oh, you wanted a co-ed?
No, so that was the, I was
you
at that
moved
age.
to Thane.
Yeah, I moved to Thane.
So you're formatted, those 8, 9, 10th years were in...
Yes.
So when you discovered girls, you were in the Singhania High School.
Yeah, and it was such a sea change because St.
Mary's...
Mary's...
There were girls, right?
There were girls.
So be grateful.
No, absolutely.
Otherwise you'd have married Ashish Demelo from St. Mary's ISC, Baikala.
No,
Thank God.
So, when you're in the 6th
Sorry
standard...
to my producer, give me a dirty look. Like, what's wrong with that? It's not a gay remark, it's a Demelo remark. Go on.
No, I was just saying that when you're in the, those early years, right, till the 6th, you're like, all guys, I think, are just like, what are these girls? Yes!
You're not clear.
Yeah, you have this, like guys are, you
it's
hang
like
out
your
with
first
the guys
4 years
and
of
stuff.
marriage, whether you should touch your wife or not. It's the same thing, yeah.
I wouldn't know, but yes, I'll take it.
Please talk about your own wife.
No, I don't.
Awkward conversation.
Very awkward conversation. So, and then I moved to Singhania School. And it was,
why can't you say Sulochana Devi Singhania High School like I did?
No,
and put a Srimati as a fixation in prefix in the beginning.
No, so
not fixation, for God's sake.
The deal with that school is you have to say the name only once, okay, when you enter the school, so that they know that, okay, you know what you're getting into, and then you just say Singhania.
But it's written on a board, you just read it.
Yeah, no, so it's too long, because then the whole day just
so
goes
what does it become? SSHS?
So we just call it Singhania School.
Okay. But you went from one of the roughest, toughest schools in Mumbai.
Yeah.
You know, with hard sporting culture and a boys' school. It's a real boys' school.
Absolutely.
And I've got a lot of Marian friends,
Yeah.
all your uncles. And then you go to a co-ed school, one of these mod schools, which I presume is much softer in their approach.
Yeah, they were much softer, obviously, and the culture change was huge because St. Mary's was a Christian sort of like a convent, sort of like a
Jesuit is the right word.
Jesuit is the right word.
I wish you'd remember your school.
Absolutely, yes, Immaculata and everything.
So, and you get that those few holidays nobody else gets because some saint passed away. And isn't that wonderful? That's the only time a lot of people turn to Catholicism. I like this. I want this religion. I've always believed as a child the most noble pursuit is which religion gives me the most holidays.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't tell me the story, who died, what happened. Nobody cares. Just give me the holiday.
Chutti ka hai, correct.
Chutti, main aa gaya.
Correct.
Converted.
Correct. Absolutely. So it was like the Jesuit school, and we had the morning prayers and all that stuff
all that. Yeah, we all had the same background, so I understand that.
Correct. And then to move to Singhania, where so the first thing I enter the school, first thing I'm doing is yoga.
Oh!
Exactly.
This is before the BJP came to power.
Before the BJP came to power.
What the hell's happening?
So it was.
So you went from those Lord's Prayer and standing straight and your tie and all better be correct and the belt and they slap you if you're out of place and all that to suddenly doing yoga with your legs spread like a pregnant woman about to deliver. Am I right? I find yoga asanas very funny.
They are.
A, I can't do them, and B, they're just so awkward. They're socially. Would you ever do this at a party, for example? Let me show you my yoga skills. Like if you're a singer, you say I can sing, and everybody will be wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm a yogi. Check this out. Legs go this way, arm goes that way. You scratch your butt with the hand behind your back. I mean, really?
Why?
I don't know.
And why are we making two parts of your body that should never meet? Like why? What are you achieving with your ankle touching your head? Like,
and how does it help your digestion?
Nothing.
All you want to do is hold in your fart.
No, I would. You know what? I just hope my mother doesn't listen to this because she is huge into yoga. Like,
so's my wife.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just
they aren't the same person, but still, it's a problem. It's a problem.
I hope not. So it was like a culture shock. It was.
But what are the girls, bro?
Multiple.
You
levels.
went from all these boys who were bullies and rough and tough guys, and there's a real mixed school in that sense of communities and all.
Yeah.
And you go to this school where they're girls. What do you do?
So for the first year, I treated the girls like I would the guys in St. Mary's because that's all I knew.
You poke them in the ribs.
Yeah,
you pull their ties.
I would just curse in front of them and stuff like that, and then
like what
they would do this.
Can you give us an example of what you would say to, let's say the girl's name is Jyotika? What would you say to her?
I wouldn't say anything. Like I wouldn't abuse Jyotika per se.
No, but you'd use bad language like you would
I'd just
with
be like,
Rakesh and Harsh back home.
Yeah, I'll just look at her and go like, this homework, right? And then she'd be like,
you said homework.
No, so they did this very unique, mind-blowing thing which I'd never seen anyone do. They told the teacher that you cursed.
God.
I was like, what kind of monster does
in Mary's,
that?
You'd have been beaten up in the bathroom.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They'd have taken your body apart.
No squealers. Yeah.
And what happened here?
So here,
what was the punishment? Yoga.
No, she calls me and she goes like, "What are you saying?" Like the teacher goes like, "Why are you saying these things? Is there a reason you're saying them?" I'm like, "Boys' school. What other reason do you think I'm saying this?"
So you're the only guy who used bad language at that point.
No.
This is what, 13?
I was 11 actually.
11. Where's the comedian?
Yeah,
you're like the bad boy of the class.
No, hardly. I was a bad boy only because of my St. Mary's upbringing.
It's just a culture shock that you had to adjust to that and figure out.
Yeah, and I was a little upset because I was like, dude, I didn't want to leave St. Mary's. Why are we going to this place?
Brother, you got girls. You should have thanked your parents.
So at 11, you don't appreciate girls like you do when you're 15.
11 and a half? Oh, 15.
No, so
you molested.
By 12, puberty suddenly hits you and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I was wrong about everything. Like, girls are amazing. Please complain as long as you're talking to me.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him a hug. Your pal called from Mary.
Exactly.
Sorry,
good call. That was a good call. This is amazing. And I think towards the end, I had a ball. Like Singhania was one of the best.
See, I love St. Mary's. I have lots of friends, and being in South Bombay schools and all that, we all are akin and aligned to each other. But I think the co-ed movement is now here to stay, and we got to stop putting kids in separate gender schools.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a come on. I mean, you're just frustrated. Then you know the guys the first day of college who are coming out of those schools.
Oh,
you can see the Marians and the Campanites and all these guys are like saliving, check, stare. They look exactly like people you meet on a Haryana highway. If you're passing by with 4 girls in a jeep, they go absolutely mad. I mean, they're on all fours by the end of it.
Absolutely. Oh my God,
we can't do that. We need to mix it up, man.
Absolutely, I fully agree.
And again, this is nothing against the gay community, Naveen. I'm all for everything. I want my market to be bigger. So please, more homosexuality. But I think you should mix it up so people know each other better.
Yeah, so
not just in
social skills get little bit.
But also
better,
not just genders, but also in terms of communities, classes, income groups. That's why college is a very good place. You really know your place once you're in college.
Yeah.
You sort of figure out that India is a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag, yeah.
Grow up with 20 people who look the same.
No, and I think what the other thing that happens is when you're in school, right, you spend like some 10 years together, and then no matter how different you are, you end up becoming the same over time.
Yeah.
And then when you go to college, you're like, oh, that's what other people look like. Oh, it's a culture shock, but it's like, and I think I had a very interesting sort of college thing as well, because I had HR college first.
You went back to South Bombay.
I went back to South Bombay.
So you went to Thane, you went from Baikal to Thane, you went back to Churchgate, literally.
Yeah, to Churchgate, and then 2 years in commerce, and then I did.
Why Ruya?
And then Ruya College for BMM.
Oh, I thought you were a cricketer.
No.
BMM, that solid waste of time degree that they've given you all in the late 90s.
And it's exactly for that reason that I picked it, because it was like a compromise.
And if you didn't become a comedian, it would make no sense.
It would make no sense.
What to do with that?
I don't know.
I'll assist Sanjay Leela Bhansali. He's already got Leela and Bhansali. He doesn't need you. Done to death. Done to death.
I'll have to get another degree. You know?
Okay, do you have a college story, Mr. Kautuk, or do you want to move on to your career?
Career is fine. Like.
But I want to just quickly, because the genesis of Indian Mumbaikars, even Delhi, Bangalore, is that college circuit now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think post my generation at least, I think the college circuit is very important, because you have so many festivals, very well organized, very professional. Your name gets known.
Yes.
Like I always tell this story about Malaika, who was in Jai Hind when I was in St. Xavier's, and we knew of her because she won the Miss whatever it's called, Jai Hind or whatever. And so you know all the hot chicks are there, Miss Jai Hind, Miss HR, Miss National, Miss
every college knows.
Yeah, so in our small culture they become known. So again, by the time you're in college, I think comedy, I don't know what they were called, Just a Minute, those kind of things.
Right.
The spontaneous 3 minutes they give you on stage, personality contest, whatever. So did you get into all that?
Oh, I did. I have two stories about this. One is I was Mr. Ruya 2009. Yep.
How can you say that?
I don't.
It sounds cool when you're 17, brother. But you can't go back and say, I was Mr. HR.
No, so the reason I'm bringing it up is because it was hilarious. Like, I was not meant to be Mr. Ruya 2009. But, so we had a judge, okay, who was, and this is just, this story just sounds...
Who was the judge? Was he like a
more
famous guy?
made up. Ruya had gotten, for some reason, okay, they had gotten down a roadie. Okay.
Oh my! We have to stop the program here. We supposed to comic. There's humans. There's a limit. There's a level we can't go below.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you had a roadie as a judge.
I had a roadie, and not even a roadie.
And he calls himself a roadie.
He calls himself that because that's all he's done.
It's not like he's like he's a footballer from Man U. He's a roadie.
He's a roadie, and Cyrus, not even a roadie who's won anything.
He went in the second round.
He was like eliminated in the auditions itself. Okay, his name was Devarshi.
Okay. I remember Devarshi.
Yeah, of course.
He's from Ahmedabad.
Rock on.
Yeah, of course. So, he left his imprint. Shouldn't have won anything, but left his imprint.
Yeah. So he shows up to judge this. Now, it's me, one other guy, and a girl called Devashri. All right.
Yeah, no way. That's not even. That's no way I'll accept that.
This is
I
why,
want proof. I want proof. This is not possible.
Exactly. This is why the universe just came together to make me Mr. Ruya. There's no way I should have been Mr. Ruya. Like, so this girl called Devarshi. Now I'm holding the mic. I finished whatever talking to the.
So just quickly tell us what it entails, because again, the modern personality count is much shorter. So do you have to do all the different things, or just 5 minutes of chat?
It's like, so you present your talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever your
that's
talent.
A separate round, right?
That's one round.
So what you did comedy?
I did comedy. I was like, I'm just going to...
People sing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do all these amazing,
it's painful.
Yeah, these cheat code type things.
Indian classical vocals suddenly in the middle. It's not happening.
Correct. It's very hard to... and then you had a judge interaction round. Right?
So this is like the Miss India. Where they ask you questions, where they act like they know what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
So they drop their act. Did they do that? Did they drop their voice and act like it's really casual?
It was...
Kautuk, just tell me.
It was Devarshi, so...
Oh shit.
So
could he read?
He did. No, so this guy, alright, so...
can you tell me how to spell bike?
Does it start with a K?
What was it?
So I finished my, I do my comedy, right? And then I say, okay, I'm going to give the mic to Devarshi, alright, the girl. Now, he hears in his head, okay, in his warp roadie
You can't blame him, it's too close to call, man.
It's very close, right? So now this guy goes like, what did you say? What did you say? You'll give me the mic!
Oh, so he became Raghu.
He
doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, so he becomes Raghu and he's like, you come here, I'll slap you, okay?
Why? You just said,
hell if I knew. Alright.
And you think you're the comedian. This guy is glorious. You have his number, we want him on.
The problem is, he doesn't think of himself as a comedian. No, he would have made like crores of rupees.
He has made, but he just doesn't know why.
He doesn't know why. So this dude, says this. Now, Ruya Okay.
But what, did he actually say, I'll slap you?
Yeah.
And you're in your home college?
Yeah, I'm in my home
So he
college.
must got booed.
Oh, you have no idea, Cyrus. So now the crowd...
Firstly, nobody likes him. I'm sure in our hip colleges in Bombay, they'll attack him in any case.
And this guy's acting like an arrogant, like he's demanding stuff that he doesn't deserve, right? He's just like, hey, open the gates for me, get me a cushioned chair. And people are like,
are you serious?
Yeah. So
this is something Amitabh Bachchan would ask for. Why would he ask?
Exactly. So...
open the gates. How will you enter? I'm how dumb is the guy? Like, I'm roadie. They stop me everywhere.
He's like, I'm not going to open my own doors.
What if he asks for I want Labrador to smell car? I don't want Doberman. I mean, the guys can be ridiculous with their demands.
Put some diamond in my cake.
I want 2 girls, 5'3", 5'4", left, right.
So Ruya hears this, okay, and they've
the crowd
just heard.
berserk.
Yeah, they've just heard.
The homeboy is being touched by some moron.
Yeah, and that too Devarshi. Okay, so they lose it. Okay, they start booing him. They're like, you won't
go home. You'll go in parts.
Yeah, it's become a mob. Okay, now the only thing separating Devarshi from a mob is this thin railing. Okay,
oopsie.
And they've all clustered around him, and they're like, now you wait. Okay, so now the judge interaction round comes. Okay, so there were 2 judges. All right, Rahul and this Rahul is RJ and this Devarshi. Now, each of them is alternating the questions. Okay, so I've done my calculation. I'm like, dude, if he asks this person the question, then I'm going to get Devarshi. Okay, I know it. So I'm prepared for this. Now Devarshi gets the mic. Okay, the crowd goes like, they're waiting. Okay, they're about to pounce. Devarshi goes, no, you ask. He tells Rahul, you ask.
Oh, he backed off.
Okay, so now the crowd goes, you ask.
You ask.
Okay,
ask the question. Ask the question.
and some more galis, but that's the clean version. But so he doesn't ask the question. What he does instead is he gets up and shows his middle finger to the crowd.
Are you serious?
The guy is a jackass.
He thought that would really win them over. I abuse crowd love me. Hi, Devashri, king of the apes.
So now, and then he takes it one step further where he lights a cigarette in campus.
Are you joking?
I'm not. This is...
What is wrong with these guys?
Just idiotic.
No, I'm scared for India. We put him on TV for 14 weeks. It's ridiculous.
And the only reason I'm telling the story is because I know Devarshi doesn't listen to podcasts. I'm pretty sure.
But it doesn't matter. What's he going to do? So show his middle finger to the radio.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's not on. Then?
So he lights a cigarette. Now, I'll never forget this. This was so cool. The head of this festival, he gets on stage. He takes the mic.
Head is your guys, the college OC guy or like a staff member?
No, the OC, the committee guy.
Right.
So the college student, he takes the mic and he says this. He says, security, can you please escort? No. Throw Devarshi out of the college.
A huge clap.
Huge. People lost it. They were like, yes, this is amazing. Okay, Devarshi gets escorted
no
out.
one will ever forget this year. I'm sure no one will ever forget this year when the judge is thrown out of the show.
And he's being escorted, right? So he's got these bouncers around him, all right? And they are telling the crowd, guys, just wait till we leave the gates. Then
you do what you want.
Yeah, free for all.
जिम्मेदारी नहीं है उसमें.
तो हम लोग का काम करने दो. So they are waiting. They've gone around him. They cross the gates. All hell breaks
on the main
loose.
road.
Yeah, on the main road. Okay, Devarshi gets into a taxi. They surround the taxi.
Oops.
And people are throwing punches and they're spitting on him.
Are you kidding me?
Not
that bad?
Yeah. There was a YouTube video, but I can't find. I've searched for 7 years and can't
find it.
Where
were you? You were still on stage.
I was still on stage. I have
the
no
show
idea
had not ended.
Ended. Now I win the show because you can't make me lose after this.
Yeah. Now you're the love of the entire Ruya college.
Yeah, I could have said anything at that point and I would have won. Okay, I would have just been like, hey guys, I don't want to win. No, you still win.
But you won all the hearts that day except for that one poor young man who did not become roadie, whose life's goal was to become roadie, and whose life's goal will continue to become roadie in upcoming season. Speaking of upcoming, we take break and then we come back. I roadie. You roadie? If 2 roadies make out, what would be the conversation? I love you, roadie. I love you, roadie.
Tu banega mere saath, tu karega mere saath.
I'll slap you.
That would be terrible. So, I mean, that was...
Bro, we're taking a break. You got to stop talking, Kautuk. We've got to take a break here.
We got to take a break, all right.
Mr. Ruya, behave yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We'll come back in a second. Kautuk Srivastava.
Hi, I'm Ambika.
And I'm Hoshna.
Come journey with us around India as we chat about new and offbeat destinations, from secret islands to village stays, give you travel tips and advice, discuss all the yummy and weird food we've sampled, and induce some serious wanderlust.
So tune in to the Rediscovery Podcast.
New episodes out every Monday on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app you like.
By the way, we're back. Mr. Srivastava, also known as Kautuk.
Yes.
And what he took, we'll find out in a second. We have to talk about your career, bro. Quick
Yes.
point on roadies, because you brought up Mr. Ria and all that. Important to know your backgrounds. You took part in all those contests. People think people just turn up and they're comedians.
Nah.
But there's a little bit of legwork involved. There's lots of rejection. There's lots of shows you do, and etc. etc. Just try to put that up. But quickly on the subject of roadies, it's amazing how we select people for a show based on how terrible they are in society.
Yeah.
And it's a bit sad on our part that we're making fun of people who probably need help.
Yeah. You know, like, and you're encouraging them to behave worse.
I mean,
and
how
worse,
dumb could you be to come to a college from another city? You come to a Mumbai college and you take on the college. Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean,
and just flagrantly like flouting the rules. Like he's just like lighting cigarettes and stuff like that. Nobody does that.
no, but just normal intelligence will tell you not to behave badly in a wrong place. It's like going to Pakistan
Absolutely.
and saying, I hate Pakistan. I mean, it's been done, but then, it doesn't work out. All right, Kautuk, let's quickly get into your career. Lovely opening life and very interesting and fun. What's your parents' background? What's your background? What would you have done?
So my dad is super smart. He's a IIT and IIM.
My God.
And and he was.
And you're Mr. Ruya?
I know, like, you have no idea, Cyrus. Like
family meetings, they avoid talking about you. Beta, wo to kuch karta hai. He's doing well.
No, so initially, my dad wanted me to do engineering.
Okay, I could have, really.
Where
did that come
very
from?
unique sort of like aspiration.
This is another Bihar story almost. Bihar, UP.
No, so he wanted me to do engineering. By the 9th standard, I realized that the maths is not.
You'll end up like Devashri, and you didn't want to. Do that.
Yeah. Just me and maths.
Were you bad at maths? You just didn't want to do it.
Awful at maths, and like it was, it's like this with maths, okay? Like in the 4th standard, there was one doubt that I didn't clear, and then it just kept cascading up to the point where I didn't understand.
Not to be
anything.
racist, but I've never met a dumb Srivastava. I've got to tell you.
No, so I'm pretty sure, like, if I went back and studied it, maybe I would have. But anyway, I was terrible. So, but the thing is that Dad wanted me to do engineering. I realized that this is not something I want to do. So I wanted to do arts. Okay, I realized in the 10th standard.
What did you want to do with arts?
I wanted to be a novelist. No.
A novelist. Okay, fair enough.
So I want to be a humor writer, novelist, and I want to do arts. But
that's
dad,
amazing. You already decided this at 14, 15.
At 15, yeah. 15, I had like this proper like
Who were your humor icons? Did you read a lot of humor books?
Woodhouse. PG Woodhouse.
PG Woodhouse.
Yeah. It was like, I remember this very vividly. February, we had a study leave before the 10th standard, right? And my parents thought it would be a superb, like brilliant idea if they took away the TV and the computer. They were like, now he'll be forced to study. But they left one book behind, and it was PG Woodhouse's What Ho, his collection of stories. And one night, I was reading it and I just got sucked in, and I was like, this is so extraordinary. I wish I could do like even like a little bit of what he's done. So that
I've read PG Woodhouse. I know people like it, but I don't laugh aloud.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, I get what you're saying. It's more of the sort of like a stylized
like Woody Allen or something. I laugh aloud. I've actually fallen down.
Yeah.
While laughing. I'm just saying.
Right.
Different strokes to different folks. Don't attack me.
No, absolutely.
Don't get angry.
No.
Don't pick up a bottle. All right. I will read PG Woodhouse again.
No, but I think it's also...
It's very nice prose and the descriptions are lovely, but I used to find it a little slow. The whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Maybe you were on something.
No, it's also like, it's happened with so many books with me. Like the fact that like sometimes you enter a book and then you're like, it's
it
not
grows
the right...
on you.
Yeah, it's not the right time. Like it happened with Cash 22, like where I tried to read it multiple times and I didn't like it. And then one day...
Funny you found it in English.
I turned the book the right way around.
That was the problem, yeah.
So I think it happens
anyway, let's not take away from your dream. You liked PG Woodhouse. You liked all the characters there and the world that he created.
Right. That February night, I read the book and I'm like, this is amazing.
You're 14.
I'm 15.
15.
And I'm like, I got to do something like this. So I spent the whole night, I was supposed to study, I spent the whole night writing a short story. The next morning, I call up all my friends and I'm telling them, hey guys, you have to listen to this short story, okay? And I'm narrating this to like 50 friends of mine, okay? And all of them like kind of chuckled, laughed, and they were like, hey, this is pretty good. And only to keep the phone down because like they have to study. So
this is Singhania, I presume.
This is Singhania. Yeah. So, and just that little bit of encouragement like sort of went like, okay, this is something, if I can like...
But somebody liked it? What was the story? Tell us in brief.
In brief, the story was about, it's a true story. Yeah, so I just...
After Devashri, what will be funnier? You set a very high standard, brother. Yeah.
No, so the story was, it was called Marathon Men, okay? So in the 10th standard, what happened was that there was a marathon that was organized in Thane, okay? In a place called Jambli Naka. Alright, so... we're in the 10th standard, so 3 of us, me and 2 other guys, we decided we'll go for this like marathon.
To run it?
Yeah.
Without training? Of course. That sounds like PG Woodhouse.
Yeah, you're 15. What do you know?
What the hell?
So we land up at this place. Now they are waiting. Okay, we land up at like 10 o'clock. They are waiting for a minister to come and inaugurate the thing.
Oh, lovely.
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful. This is the comedy of India that can never change.
Can never change, right? So now
6 o'clock, everybody's in line waiting to run,
and these politicians not showed up because obviously.
Yeah.
So and it's like 1 hour, 2 hours. Time is flying by. Now we have a tuition to attend. Okay, and we can't hang around longer.
You were going to take tuitions after the
marathon. Imagine that's the
you guys are marathon men and more Superman.
Million Soman before Million Soman.
Yes, and even better looking. Yeah.
So we looked at our watch and we were like, listen, we can't wait any longer. Let's just run. Right. So we started running. Marathons not started, but we went. Okay. We started jogging on the streets. We're jogging really slowly. Okay?
But there's no marathon at the moment. Why are you practicing?
We are just let's just go back home. Let's just run home now.
Right.
So we're running back. Okay. Now the police have heard that this marathon, they have to control the traffic. So they see us.
They think it started?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've stopped all of Thane for 3 15-year-olds. Okay. And we are not even trying to.
You start waving and all?
Yeah. We're not even trying to make this look like it's real.
Superb.
Okay. It's just just leisurely jogging along. And
so you get VIP treatment.
Yeah. And all they had reporters, right? From the Thane web.
Shooting you.
Yeah. This is like, oh my God, these guys in the lead.
Oh, this is a real comedy. Where is a fantastic story? I love this story.
Yeah, and so we reach and...
So you're like gold, silver and bronze running on the streets of Thane. There is no marathon, but the world has stopped to watch you. They're recording you. The police are moving people away from you. Crowds are screaming. Bottles are being passed. And you have no idea. You're like, I got match, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have to fail at being an engineer. What the hell?
Excellent.
So,
you ran home?
We ran home and we told everyone.
And when the real marathon started, they started beating up the participants. Good story,
So we reached school and we tell everyone, guys, we came 17th, 18th and 23rd. Okay, and everyone was...
Well, it won't sound right, 17th and 19th, yeah.
Yeah, so exactly, we mixed it up. So it worked well until some guy realized, hey, wasn't that your bib number? We had just...
Yeah, somebody picked it up.
Yeah, so that was basically the story.
So that's good. That's a really nice story. I like it. Do you think it's Woodhouseian? Since he's your big influence?
I mean,
it is a comedy of errors and that sort of situation.
Yeah. It was I thought it was a perfect farce, in the way that it was it was just.
Are you commenting on our society in general, sir? Mr. Srivastava, be very careful with your words.
No satire. Just
sir, let's quickly. We have to talk about how you became a comedian and where you are today. So you began with Veer Das's weird ass comedy before. So what were you, a writer there?
I was not even a writer. I was an intern. I was the lowest of the lowest.
Did he touch you inappropriately? I know this Veer Das fellow. We can figure this out. We can do something. Did he? Because there's another guy, another internet sensation who was misbehaving apparently, and I won't take names.
Oh yeah.
But he's also from your part of the woods.
Oh man.
Okay. So what was that? Did you get to do any writing or anything?
I did actually. So I started off as an intern, but eventually, so I had. On a lark, I sent him a mail saying that, I was writing a blog for a while. So I sent him a blog post saying, this is the kind of writing I do. And if you need a writer, let me know. And just amazingly, I get a mail back saying, hey, we're looking for minions. Why don't you join? So
before the movie released, yeah.
I was.
So I presume not much money.
Oh, it was almost none. It was almost none. So he said
almost none. What kind of payment is that?
Actually, that was none. It was just like a little bit of conveyance here or there. But
you got more at the marathon that wasn't.
Yeah. No, but he was nice enough to tell me that upfront.
But you got to write.
I got to write.
So you write for other comedians? How does it work? You write for whatever else?
No, so we were writing shows,
concepts and all.
Yeah. So we did like a sketch comedy show. So I pitched a sketch and stuff.
Did anything
like
get picked up?
No, I was.
No, but it's good. So you got practice of doing different things.
Yeah. No, and I got on stage a lot after that. I got to sit around, and he taught me a lot of the comedy writing. He's like, this is what a punchline is. I was like, oh, that's what it is, huh?
Is the line on the top of the page?
Yeah. So it was a fun experience. I think like a lot.
Then from Veer Das you moved to MTV.
Yes.
But I worked for a couple of years.
Yes.
And you wrote and featured in numerous TV shows. Which shows were they?
So it started with this...
Rock the Vote.
Yeah.
That was started in my time in 97, by the way.
Really?
I'll tell you, wow. I don't have time. I can tell you really bad stories because we had no permission to do anything.
Oh, man.
So there was a bit like a marathon story. Huh. But you tell me about... So what happened? What is Nano Drive?
Okay, so... that was a fun thing. So Nano Drive was this... So basically it was a show where it was sponsored by Nano. And the idea was
the car that is not on the road at the moment.
The car that's almost an auto.
Oops. There goes your Tata sponsorship. Cancelled. And you're from Ranchi. It's very close to Jamshedpur.
Yeah.
Be very careful. Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what. Like, my opinion of the car changed because of this trip. So what
it's a great
happened?
car. The pricing was wrong. You won't talk cars.
So basically, the idea was that like 4 teams start from Nagpur, which is
it's a road thing.
Yes.
It's not a car thing per se. Okay.
No, it was a road trip. So you start from Nagpur, which is the center of India. Okay?
It is, yeah. That line where we apparently, I don't know how true that is. The oranges are good, but I think somebody just decided, ye to center hoga.
Yeah, ye hoga.
Who's going to take a 6-inch rule and go across from, Kashmir to Kanyakumari? Wow. Doesn't work.
So from Nagpur, so the 4 teams go north, south, east, west.
Okay.
Right? And I was in the north team.
What is your endpoint?
Jammu. So from Nagpur,
just before Kashmir.
Just before Kashmir.
I'll stop here.
So 21 days on the road. All right. But the real freaky thing was this was 2012, and we reach Dehradun. All right, and it's raining. For 3 days it's been raining.
Like hail and stuff?
No, just
rain.
Pouring buckets. Okay, so we reached Dehradun and we were staying at an army camp in Dehradun. So the army guys go like, कि देखिए आप आगे मत जाना.
क्यों?
So we are like, क्यों? Like नहीं 3 दिन से बारिश हो रहा है, पता नहीं क्या हो सकता है. So we are like, अरे.
But as in what could have avalanche? But there's no.
Yeah, they're like, बाढ़ आ सकती है, पहाड़ गिर सकता है, that kind of stuff. Alright, so we're like, नहीं, we have to go because there's a show that has to be made.
MTV says we have to go, otherwise they'll put us on roadies. So we have to go. Yeah.
Correct. So we leave. Now we start from Dehradun. Alright, we're going to Chandigarh. Alright, and there are riptides on the road.
What's a riptide?
Like it's just flash floods that have started.
Oh my God!
Huge amounts of water.
You've got the Nano.
We've got the Nano. Right, so it's amazing. So
Majbooti.
The Nano
preference, huh?
Nano plows through one riptide and then just stops. Okay, and we are like, this is, and it's not starting again. Okay, water's flooded the engine. It's over. So we get a tempo and we leave. We reach Chandigarh. At Chandigarh, we switch on the news. All right, 2012. We switch on the news and it says 200 गाड़ियां Alaknanda में बह गई. This is the Uttarakhand floods.
How far are you from Alaknanda?
We had made it.
You had made it, okay.
We had made it, but like we had passed all of those areas and all of those areas are now flooded.
Yeah, Uttarakhand, a lot of loss of life and all that, yeah.
It was terrible. We had passed.
But MTV said keep shooting.
No, exactly. Now it gets interesting, right? So we reach Chandigarh and we are seeing like Tata Sumos just bobbing in the water.
Doing the breaststroke, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so the Nano would stand no chance, right? So, but MTV calls us and they're like, listen, guys, why don't you just like head back to the mountains, won't you? And we're like, no, are you...
Take a left, the weather is better, and continue shooting.
Yeah. And so we're like, no.
So nothing has changed from my time.
So we're like, how about no? How about we just keep staying on low land? They're like, no, listen, we have checked. Okay, on this side of the mountain, there is no rain. And we're like, listen, you're in Bombay. Okay, don't tell me you've checked. Okay, so we didn't. We ended up going to Punjab and stuff like that. But like, it was legit scary. That little bit.
And you were in front of camera as well as behind. You're doing everything.
No. This one was just in front of camera.
Okay. So you're
but at the back of the Nano. So that was pretty terrible.
Camera being wherever it is.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Uttarakhand. There was a camera.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move quickly forward. We don't have much time left.
Yes.
Reality stars, rock the boat, lots with MTV.
Yes.
And then you decided. So what are you doing there? Are you like a anchor?
No. So I slowly graduated. I joined MTV as a
writer.
In the social media editorial team.
Oh.
And then I did this thing called MyCam, which was a sort of like a web series idea that they had done, where for a month I was supposed to do vlogs. So I did that.
But from where? Wherever you are.
No, in the office. It was the experience of a MTV sort of person.
Intern.
Yeah.
Surviving MTV's
and
onslaught.
And I spent like 3 episodes just cribbing about like how I'm made to sit in the coldest spot in the office and stuff like that.
Why didn't they do that to me?
So that happened, and then and so the shift really happened with this show called
Loves Raymond.
No, this show called Reality Stars. So MTV did this thing called Sparks, which was an initiative where they wanted ideas from the internal team which they would develop into a show.
Right.
So me and my friend Nikhil Taneja, we were both working in the social media sort of editorial team. We both, like, it was primarily his idea, and I helped him sort of just shape it. We pitched this idea called Reality Stars, which is about 4 guys who come to Bombay to become reality stars. No one saw it.
No, it sounds very familiar. I'm just trying to remember. Someone with Karan Wahi, the TV actor.
No. This was with Gurpreet Saini and Nikhil Sabrawal and all these guys. So, it was just an amazing experience to sort of like build a show from scratch, write on it, and then, see it being produced. And I was like 21, 22. So it was like everything was, what is happening?
But then you moved from there to the official remake of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
Which aired.
Sumit
Sambhalega. Was it any good?
It was.
But you have to translate it. You can't really change anything.
No, so exactly. So it was an adaptation. It was a very fun experience because they got down.
Sumit Raghavan.
No, this was with Namit Das. Okay. Namit Das, Satish Kaushik, these guys. So basically, they got down the producer. The producer of Everybody Loves Raymond to do like a sitcom workshop with us.
Yeah. But you can't change their scripts, no? Isn't that the deal?
Yeah, I mean, you have to adapt the story. You can change
You'll adapt the story, cultural references, but you can't change the story. The plot remains the same. If the child has fever, that's the plot.
Yeah. Except for certain things, and that's when you start realizing,
like homosexuality, beef eating, drinking alcohol, molestation, those kind of things which don't exist in India.
Which don't exist. Yeah. No, but like some of the things, and then you realize how culturally unique we are. Like I was writing one episode, where in the original in Raymond, he basically has a crush on a waitress. All right. And then
I've seen the episode. Yeah.
Right. So he forgets his wallet in the restaurant and
spend more time with her and all that.
Correct. Comedy of errors. Now, when we had to adapt this, the first question that came up: hey guys, when have you ever seen a waitress in India?
Very good point.
Right?
Cancel the show. What the hell?
So the way around it was that there's a dhaba, and the guy who owns the dhaba, his niece has come down to help him. Okay, so it's basically, she's not a waitress.
Welcome to India. It'll take us 15 minutes to set this up, but we'll give you a comedy show. So largely, so then the rest of the plot followed. But like these are the kind of things you realize, when you try to adapt something new. In again another episode where Raymond loves his car. Okay, like it's the car where in America people have experiences with their car. The first drive that you took, the girl you took out in your car, all of that stuff. In India, we share the car and the girl.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing. It's like your dad will never let you take the car. So what is this?
He'll be in the car with you. Take a ride. Stop. Brake maro.
Correct. So that was another episode where we had to sort of like just go like, there's no culture.
So lots of different things, but when does the comedian who performs as a comedian on stage happen?
So that happened when I was in Ruia. What happened was that like I saw on YouTube, I saw Robin Williams is live on Broadway, and my God, that is a transformative, like it's an amazing special. If anyone's not seen it, you must. Like, it's just a man.
Who's not seen it here? Get up and stand up. Okay, sit down.
It's I mean, like any listener who's not seen it, please just watch it.
So you had your first orgasm?
Yeah. First, like just multiple.
Comic orgasm.
Yeah.
Multiple was it? Oops.
Oh my God, it was like
you're still coming.
No, it's just a man operating at peak performance and doing something that I've not seen many other people do. It was just something so unique, and I was like,
when Robin was in his zone, there ain't no Batman around. I got to tell you, it's too good. Nice. But unfortunately, depressive, no, and then terrible.
I mean,
are you like that? Please don't tell me you're like that.
No, I mean,
I heard you drink a lot.
I'd like to. If I was, I would have been a better comedian.
You think so? Thank God. So you live longer. The good news.
But it was like I saw it and I was like, dude, this guy is talking about stuff and he's sort of just using the stage to put whatever
in a funny way.
No, and just put whatever he has in his head out there on a stage, and it's not even present, but you can imagine it just by the conviction of this man.
Correct. And Robin doesn't. He goes from one thought to another.
Yeah, just like he's so scattershot.
Yeah.
Correct. So I was like, this is something I would love to do.
Okay, sorry, we have to rush you a little bit. I want to just get into the. So then you joined Shits and Giggles.
Yeah, so I started comedy and then MTV.
So you started performing.
Yeah, so
you were
it was
working at MTV.
Just before MTV, it was 2010. I was just started in comedy when the comedy scene in Bombay had just started. In the small bars and stuff like that.
It's still at the small bars.
It's still at the small bars, but there are more small bars. So initially it was just like once a month, that kind of thing. So started there and then joined MTV, and then MTV just sucked all my time and energy. And
they're a company that sucks a lot, man.
So I had to stop it for 2 years, and then I came back and I joined SNG. And since then I've been performing regularly.
But that SNG stuff that you'll do is like improv, right? You ask the audience, you do all that stuff. So when you perform as a performer, that's a separate thing that you do.
So we do improv and stand up, like traditional stand up.
So do you separately from them?
I do it individually.
Or you take permission, get a slip from your parents, they sign it, and they say, okay, now Kautuk, you can talk to the audience. Who knows? There's bureaucracy everywhere, including comedy.
It's true. It's true. There are, but like our company is like the SNG is very sort of fluid. We're all like each of us is doing their individual.
Oh God, I sound like the Beatles for a minute. We all got our ladies. Do you get a lot of ladies, Kautuk? There's this rumor out there. See, now I'm a fat old comedian, but you guys, you're with this whole young generation, and a lot of women, I'm told by a few comedians, that a lot of women are fascinated by them.
I'm sure there are.
Rock stars of today. Is it true?
I'm sure that there is this thing. Like, unfortunately for me, and this is not a thought that's not crossed my mind. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll also become popular, and then girls will just like, they'll lift me
jump out of windows and say hello.
Yeah, just panties will be thrown at me and all of that stuff.
That may just be because there's no space in the house. The Mumbai experience of no space is different. This isn't the Elvis experience.
Correct. It's out of utility more than
get rid of your panties. We can't have any more in the house.
Yeah, so I mean, but what I've realized.
Who's the sexiest comedian out of all the guys that you work with? Who's the guy that gets the girls? Or the girls seem to like?
I mean, like if I take anyone's name right now, everyone else will. Yeah.
They'll take out their panties.
Yeah, they'll just be like, no, I'm not that kind. I'm a funny guy.
Take me seriously. I'm so funny.
So, but the thing is that like, I have zero sort of like skills in any case. So
that's why we become comedians. Don't worry about that.
Correct. In fact, like the show I'm touring
now, if you're in IIT, we'd say yes, you're perfect for the job. Yes.
In fact, the two specials that I've done. Okay, one of them, the one I finished was called Room Temperature Guy.
Right.
And the premise of that special was that look, there are hot guys in the world and there are cool guys in the world. I'm none of them. Okay, I'm a room temperature guy. That's who I am.
Superb, yeah.
All right, and the second one is called Anatomy of Awkward, which is exactly why I've never found anyone.
So where does this play?
So this is I'm going to start touring with it abhi in August end.
Okay.
So I'm doing like.
Where will this one get to see it?
August end, the dates will be out.
But what kind of platform? Where will I get to see it if I want to come and see you live?
I'll be doing. It'll be like small 60-seater venues.
So you won't come to my house.
Actually, you know something, Cyrus? I'm not even kidding. With Anatomy of Awkward, we did something called the House Party Tour.
Why not?
Yeah.
Other people have these parties, they call the comedian guy in, the funny guy, instead of the drunk guy being funny. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the show, okay, there's like a 20-minute section in the show where I talk about how it's awkward at parties. Okay?
It's damn awkward.
Right?
Yeah.
So people are seeing it before the show, then they see it during the show, and then they see it after the show, and they're like, oh, that's what it was.
And then you go to a party just to party with your friends, and they say, hey, Kautuk, can you do that act?
Yeah, tell us a joke. It's just...
I hate that. Why do people say that? Really?
Right.
I mean, go up to a gangster and say, show me your gun.
Show me your...
Or shoot that guy for me. I mean, you do, but you have to pay him then. It's different. Kautuk, we've run out of time, brother. Is there anything else you want to push in here? Your novel will be out in 2018.
Yes.
Which means you've not written it yet. I'm sure. It's a long way to go.
No. I've written it. It's just that...
Is it by P.G. Woodhouse?
I wish. I really wish.
Quick spin on it.
It's called Red Card. It's a coming of age story.
Football Red Card?
Yes. Okay. Yes. It's a coming of age story set in school with the backdrop of football.
So you're a football guy? We didn't get that in.
Yeah.
Which EPL team? Let's face it, it's EPL.
La
Liga.
I'm Madrid. And not like Abhiga Madrid fan, meaning people...
You're a lost Madrid fan.
Yeah, I'm like those...
70s.
2000...
They had those Gary Lineker short pants and all those strange, really short shorts.
I've never heard people say Gary Lineker short pants. I'm so glad I had
that 86 World Cup, I just remembered he scored a lot. He scored 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I'm just glad that someone brought it up.
It's all about talk to your uncles. You get this perspective, Baba. Don't sit with young people all the time. Get some perspective, man. Hand of God. Was that the World Cup?
Yeah.
So those shots up to that era, from the 70s, from Rummenigge and all those guys.
Yeah, why even have shorts that short,
But I love them. I think those are the real shorts. I mean, why wear shorts which come down to your knees? They're like pants that got bored. Don't do that. I like them. But I think they'll come back one day.
I mean, I hope not.
So La Liga, is it?
La Liga.
Okay, but we're running out of time. What is the book called? Red Card? And it's about coming of age?
Coming of age football story set in school.
Okay.
And 2018 is when that's out.
Were you a good footballer?
I was. I like to think I was a great footballer, but my teammates in retrospect, when I sit with them, they're like, hey man, not so much. So
it's okay. It's all right. Everybody can't be Pele.
That's true. I was Beckham like, but
sorry, I was just trying to give you a perspective. You wanted to go back in time. Now, what the hell? What attitude, man? Kautuk Srivastava, writer, stand-up comedian, man of many talents, interesting stories, and girls. He's still single.
No.
Oh,
I'm committed.
You're committed, but you're not married, huh?
Not married.
Single. Have fun, yaar, while you can. Trust me, it doesn't get any easier. Is she pretty?
She is.
Okay, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with the AMA section, which I think Mr. Srivastava is dying to have, because Naveen, one of the greatest comedians of Bayendra's very best, will join us via Malad.
Lovely.
Are you confused about your future education options?
Not sure about whether you should be doing an MBA?
Or if design school is the right fit for you?
Are you worried about how you would finance your education?
Find answers to this and a lot more education-related topics on this podcast.
Hi, my name is Akhil Daswani. I'm the CEO and co-founder of OnCourse.
Hi, my name is Alisha Mashruwala. I'm the CEO and co-founder of OnCourse.
And we both are your co-hosts for the OnCourse podcast. Tune in every Monday on the IVM podcast app or any other podcast app you may like.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
So we were sitting in this restaurant, exiting, there's this bodyguard sitting. I said, what a bodyguard. He's with me. So I said, are you serious? No, man, they threatened me. I said, what? In Pali Hill, nobody's threatening you. There's nobody looking at us. We're standing around like monkeys. They're all looking at the bodyguard. He's the famous guy. Mere ko bodyguard chahiye. One day I'll be a VIP. I want a bodyguard.
Why does Raghu need a bodyguard?
Apparently in a bar, somebody punched him.
Really?
As one should.
Yeah, but when you're drinking, you can get punched. It's not about roadies.
No, I know. No, okay.
So he claimed.
In general.
But I don't think in Bandra he gets beaten up. I understand if he goes to Chandigarh and he wants to keep it because they're all frustrated and not getting on the show.
Yeah. But I went to Gurgaon recently.
So Pali Hill is like,
very nice there.
No, Pali Hill is like, Pali is like Mrs. Gomes is slapping you with a slipper or something. Why?
At best.
Yeah, at best.
At best.
I'll throw fish on you.
Yeah. And call you baldy. But this is not about Raghu. This is about the next generation of comedians. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26? Oh, I'm 29. What have you got lined up for us? Naveen joins us. Naveen is our producer. He's also a comedian. He works with Simon Pillow, who's also known as Nick.
And I have an improv group as well. I'm just going to plug it right here.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Etceteras.
Shits and Giggles versus Etceteras. Who's better?
Shits and Giggles. Definitely.
I'd say Etceteras, just, because...
He wants a pass. He wants to get in. Yeah.
No, but because we learn mostly from the SNG guys to an extent.
No. Indians, when they patronize you like this, means they hate you. Huh?
No.
So when some young comedian comes and tells me, I like you, man, I watched you growing up and all, he's trying to tell you, you're really old, you're ugly, you're finished.
No, I'll be honest.
Be careful. See.
In the comedy scene, generally, like, you have a lot of these comics I get to work with. And Anirban and Kautuk are these two people I can actually genuinely sit and write with, because we sat down at open mic recently, and it's so fun to actually have this camaraderie with a comic where you can just like get jokes out of just talking. And that Kautuk has this unique.
Okay, I'm going to say this once. Do not get upset. He's straight. All right,
I know that.
Let it go. It's over.
But that's how you start coaching. That's how you start coaching this thing. You lay the compliments all right and then.
No, but thanks, man. Thanks so much.
Yes. And Cyrus, you have been no help. Thank you.
No, I'm letting you have your boy moment. let you cry. Ek duje ke liye will play in the background and we'll move on.
Okay, so first question is from Tejas. He's asking, if you were to be trapped on an island with one person, which is not a family member, who would that be?
See, I think the obvious answer, Kautuk, I'll take it for a second. The obvious answer would be, I suppose, I want a hot chick. I want Pamela Anderson, my generation. Now she's 60, but whoever the hot chick is of today. But I was thinking, after some time, that's sex, right?
Yeah.
Now you're going to spend the rest of your life, and you can do your own solo sex stuff.
Yeah.
So do you really, I would think you need someone who's going to, you have to spend time with. So I would like either a Labrador or a German Shepherd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's a good
because then I get to do my comedy shows. I don't get any criticism. I get affection when I want to, and I've got that other, hand thing for, which has never let me down, brother. Never let me down.
The dog.
No, don't be rude. All right?
I have experiences I'll tell you about.
I don't want to ever hear experiences, even the good ones. Yeah.
No, I would pick Bear Grylls. Just so I could get off the island.
Like, he looks like he's suffering. Honestly, when you see that show, you're like, why would you?
Yeah, why would you do that?
See, growing up, you want to be a TV star, you want to be a comedian, you want to be whatever. Right. Why would you be a guy climbing a mountain with no food, cutting dead meat off a
I've seen him climb into
drinking juice from a plant which has. Why?
Yeah, he's climbed into a camel carcass. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy
He
moly!
basically just extracted the water from the insides and drank that.
Yes.
No amount of money should,
And he
have you do
misunderstood.
that.
He misunderstood the camel has a hump. I mean, just didn't get that. Strange guy. And it's called bear. And I'm just thinking, how does he go back to normal life? How do you go to a cocktail party where waiters are giving you a drink in a nice, shapely glass with a lemon squeeze? I mean, he's like,
Yeah, let me pee in this and then drink
break
it.
the wall and fire. Exactly.
Supermarkets must be so heartbreaking for him, no? Like,
Hate
what
me.
is this easy
They
shit?
pack the meat. It's not been dead for 4 years. Right. But good one. So that's he'll entertain you because you'll be like, you go do your thing, I'll watch.
Yeah, or like, because
that
I
sounds bad.
have zero life skills, right? I'm not, like, if you put me on an island, the first thing that's going to happen is I'll die. Okay,
Of course.
that's the first thing.
And rightly so.
Yeah. But at least with Bear,
St. Mary's and Singania High School can only do so much.
Yeah, doesn't train you for shit. So.
Mr. Ruya, my foot. Mr. Ruya in Mr. Ruya. Now Devashri is the king. Why don't you stay with him? Huh.
Well, I come from a different island altogether, so I'm pretty much okay.
Bhayandar.
Yeah. And there's too many people.
You're trying to push people off the island.
Yeah.
It's a different experience altogether.
That happened in the trains when you buy in the bridges.
That's what it's called Bhai Andar.
It's bye andar. Okay. Or it's like the people pushing you inside the train, chal bye andar. That's
Moving your pelvis and get on to the question.
I'm just naturally gifted, sir. Okay, next question is from AB. It's from Twitter. He's like, how much time does Cyrus spend on research before the show? This is hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Very.
I would answer this. He read my bio in front of me while recording.
But I'll tell you, people think I'm lazy. I am. But for conversation, I think you should just talk to someone.
Yeah.
If you come heavy with information, it's like you're just trying to, either patronize them again or, I like to just do a little chat.
Yeah.
I think, like the way you spoke today, we got so much out of you. If we planned it, we'd never get that.
Yeah.
Sounds so wrong.
But the anecdotes that came out, if you prepared them, it would have just found it. You were on, you were telling your stories and it was fun, it was natural, and then people listening are like, oh, what an interesting guy, what a funny thing happened there. I mean, look at that whole setup for Mr. Ruya.
Yeah.
You just naturally came out. All untrue, of course. But still.
No, but there's one more thing I want to add to this, which is that, like when you prepare stuff, right? So even SNG does a podcast called The Big Question, okay? And people think that we prepare for that, but we don't, okay? Like it's like 3 minutes before we hit record, we are like, kya baat karna hai? Okay, that's literally it.
And that's the best thing.
That's the best thing.
Because it comes naturally.
Because even if you do prepare, you're never going to be the expert in the room, right? There'll always be one commenter who will just be like, hey, you don't know that in 1986 actually this happened. So we're like, dude, why are we even trying? Like, we're the idiots. Let's just own up to it.
No, but they say cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah.
So I think comediness is next to laziness. You don't change that.
Yeah.
No, if you start working hard, then you're something else.
Exactly. You didn't get into comedy for this anyway.
Then you would have done your IIT and you'd have some high fashion job on the 26th floor in Gurgaon.
Talk to something that will turn out to be gold someday.
Yeah, somewhere, one day.
And I don't want Naveen to leave Bhayandar ever. So let's just do our thing.
If I'm working on this podcast,
you're not going anywhere. You and me.
Cool. Last question from Mahim Gautam, all-time favorite.
Wait, his name is Mahim Gautam.
Yeah. We've already done enough jokes on his name.
Okay.
But these are the consistent. Well, we only have 4 people who write into us.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so this is one of the regulars.
You should warn your guests, okay, guys?
So Mahim and his friends come together and listen to this podcast.
What are
just
his friends?
This is no friends.
For me, the only belief that I got here is that they don't actually hear the show. Hence, they return and reply and question us once again. Right? They keep coming back.
They're probably hoping to have the AMA section first so they can get the questions away with.
They want to hear their name and then they put it off.
So his question is, people sometimes show you videos on their phone which they find hilarious, and after you watch it for 2 seconds and you don't find funny, then how do you deal with that situation?
Yeah, and the worst part is the proximity again that's violated because they put it straight in your face and they press the button, dekho.
Yeah.
And then after that it's 1 minute. Firstly, we look at the panel showing how long is the video, and if you see it saying 4 minutes 15 seconds, you're shaking him. Like, why? And then
and you
guy,
wait for the reaction also. You're like,
no, but
nice.
he's staring at you. He's staring at you.
Yeah.
So you're under pressure. You're performing for him.
And then you're just laughing at the wrong times, right?
Yeah. And in your mind, you're only thinking end.
The worst thing is, as comics, you have to show our videos to other people.
Man.
You do that, but you should just send it, right? You do it like
no,
live.
I showed my friends. I gauge their reaction because that's like if it goes on online.
True.
That's damn mean, yeah.
You have to gauge them, and
you lose all your friends that way. Don't never do that.
I have like 2 left. And they were like, it's not good. Don't put it
both of them are in this room.
Yeah, and both of their two phones on their faces.
If their sight hindered, it would be better. Like they're not really able to see. Yeah, damn good.
We have comics for that as well. It's an inside joke at this point.
But I think even if you're like Michelangelo and you're doing the Sistine Chapel, you think it's really good. You won't be like, hey, come here, beta, come. Of course, Italian accent. Beta, come here. And then the guy's going to look at the whole. Even if he really appreciates art, that's like your neck's going to break.
Yeah.
You're going to look at every single thing. So I think
what's
people should
naked
do that.
angels all the time?
I'm pretty sure that even back then, like, I'm pretty sure Da Vinci finished the Mona Lisa and then one guy just went, hey, maza nahi aaya thoda.
Kaan to bada ho thoda.
Thoda yaar, bikega kaise?
She's looking fat, yaar.
Forehead badane hoge.
Yeah, there's always one guy, like, who just doesn't get what.
And the worst is that relative says, can I use the back? To write a number down.
Alright, that's it. That's the AMA section.
Yep.
Okay.
Lovely.
Bye, Kautuk. We'll have a chat after this also.
Yes.
Cool.
Hug and embrace each other as comics young men.
It was wonderful being here. Thank you so much for having me.
But end with the thing all comics must say on stage now.
What
Hindustan Zindabad.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind.
Roya. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Excuse me, भैया. Excuse me.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस सेज है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, थिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर जकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.